To start the body, we're going to put 8 single crochet in a magic ring. Drape your yarn in color A orange over your fingers like this and make an X. Flip your hand over and put your hook under the first and over the second. Pull the second under the first twist and chain 1. Now to put a single crochet in the magic ring, insert your hook through the middle, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. Again, insert your hook through the center, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Repeat this 6 more times until you have a total of 8 stitches in your magic ring. Now that you have your 8 single crochet, we're going to take the tail end and pull it closed. And I work in join rounds, so I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch, slip stitch, and chain 1. Though this is not required, you can do a continuous round in which you put a stitch marker in the first single crochet of your magic ring. For round 2, we're going to put an increase in every stitch. An increase is 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So 1 single crochet, and in that same stitch, 1 more. Repeat this 6 more times until you have a total of 16 stitches in your round. For round 3, we will follow the pattern a single crochet and then an increase. So in your first stitch, do a single crochet like this, and in the second stitch, put 2 single crochet in the same stitch. Repeat this pattern 6 more times until you have 24 stitches in your round. For round 4, just single crochet around, 1 single crochet in every stitch, and you'll have a total of 24 stitches when you're finished. For round 5, we will be working in increments of 6 instead of 8. So do 3 single crochet and then do an increase in that 4th stitch. And you'll repeat this pattern 6 times and you'll have 30 stitches total. For the next 4 rounds, you're just going to put a single crochet in every stitch, and you'll have a total of 30 stitches at the end of each round. So come back when you finish those 4 rounds. We're now going to start our decreases. So for the first 3 stitches, do 3 single crochet. And in the 4th one and 5th one, we are going to go in the front loops, yarn over, pull through both loops, and then yarn over and pull through both loops again, and that is an invisible decrease. Now you can do a normal decrease, it's completely up to you, whatever you are most comfortable with. Repeat this pattern a total of 6 times and you'll have 24 stitches in round 10. We're now going to insert our 12mm safety eyes. I ran out of 12mm while making this video, so I'm using 10s, but we're going to put them between rounds 8 through 9 and 5 visible stitches apart. And we are going to lightly stuff. I mean, like, he needs to be very squishy so that we can shape him well. So just lightly stuff. And you can stuff a little more after we decrease one more round, but I'm just going to go ahead and stuff it now. Now, for round 11, we're going to follow the pattern, a single crochet and then a decrease, and you'll do this 8 times instead of 6, and you'll have a total of 16 stitches in the round when you are finished. And for our final round, we are just going to decrease all the way around. So a decrease times 8, and you'll have a total of 8 stitches when you are finished. You're going to fasten off by chaining 1 and cutting a tail and then close the hole at the bottom. For the body shaping, you will need a strand of your color A about 12 inches long. It can be longer, but we are going to shape the body now. So one stitch over from the eye, we're going to place the bottom of our pumpkin on top of the string, and then one stitch over from the eye, we're going to tie that. So we'll tie that on the top. And the reason we wanted to stuff lightly was so that it would shape better. And you can adjust the string like I'm doing, make sure that it's one stitch like this. And then we're going to tie it real tight. And you may need somebody's help holding down the string, because yarn can be a little slippery. I tried my best by myself. And we're going to double knot that so that it'll stay, and we won't have to worry about that later when we do the other shaping. So now we're going to flip our pumpkin over in perpendicular, so one stitch away from the other eye. We're going to do that same thing again, like this. And if you don't understand what perpendicular means, it is just making a cross, so like a plus sign, a plus sign on the top and bottom of your pumpkin. And we're going to double knot that as well. And then we're going to weave in all of our ends. So take your yarn needle and put those strands on there and weave them all in. And this is what he should look like. Oh, he's so cute. Now moving on to the stem, we're going to need our second color, which is brown. And we're going to take our yarn and we're going to insert our hook between round one. And this can be a little tricky. Just do the best you can. It doesn't have to be centered. You know, pumpkins aren't very symmetrical anyway. And then we're going to make a slip knot. So do your magic ring X and just pull the second strand under the first, and that is a slip knot. Now we're going to pull our slip knot through and we're going to chain 5. And in our second chain from our hook, we are going to 4 half double crochet. A half double crochet is where you yarn over first, like this, insert your hook into the chain, yarn over again, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. As you can see, there are 3. That's how you do it. Repeat this 3 more times and you'll have 4 total half double crochet in your stem. We're going to fasten off by chaining or slip stitching and chaining 1. And then we're just going to tie the ends together. Easy peasy. Just tie them together. And then we're going to weave in our ends like we did with the shaping yarn. For the vine, we will need our third color, which is green, and we're going to insert our hook into round 1 again, and it can be on the left or right of your stem. It's completely up to you. And we're going to make a slip knot again, so that's starting your magic ring X like this. Pull the second under the first, and just pull through. We'll pull that through our round 1, and then we'll chain 17. Now that we have 17, in the second chain from our hook, we're going to follow the pattern a single crochet and then an increase. And this is going to give us that curly, loopy, vine looking thing that we're going for. And with a normal single crochet chain, you will have, if you worked in a chain, you'll notice that it'll curl, but this will keep it from falling out. So when you do a single crochet curl, it can fall out over time, but this will keep it from doing that. Just repeat this 8 times and you'll have 24 stitches. Not that it matters because we won't be working on the other side or another row. We're just going to tie it off at the end. All right, and now that we have our last increase done, see how curly our vine is? We're now going to chain 1 and pull a tail. It can be pretty short, and we're just going to tie the ends together like we did for the stem. Easy peasy. And we'll weave in those ends with our yarn needle. All right, we are now going to embroider the mouth. We're going to make a V shape between rounds 9 through 11, so starting on round 9 through 10. Going to insert our needle like that, and then in the middle stitch on round 11, we'll insert our needle through there, and you'll see that we have a little line here. So go under and then over that line and back into that middle stitch in round 11, and then weave your needle back up to the starting end so that we can tie them together to secure the mouth. This is what your mouth should look like. I cut my string to make it even. I'm going to tie them together, and then I'm going to weave in those ends. The arms and legs are the same, but they are done in different colors. So for the arms, we are going to insert our hook between round 8 through 9, 4 stitches away from the outer side of the eye. We're going to make a slip knot in our color A. We're going to pull that slip knot through the round, and then we're going to chain 25. Now you can make your arms longer or shorter, so just do what you feel like doing. And for row 1, we're going to 3 double crochet in 3 separate stitches. So in the first 3 stitches, you will do 3 double crochet. They're not all done in the same stitch. And then down the rest of the chain, you'll do 21 single crochet. And like I said with the vine, it will start to curl. And so you're going to basically pull it out so it won't curl. So you'll see me struggling with it curling. Just flatten it out as you go. And if you want to do a shorter arm, you can have less single crochets. Keep the 3 double crochets at the end of your chain because that kind of makes the hand shape. So you can make it shorter with the single crochets. All right, and that's our last single crochet. We're going to chain 1 and pull a short tail and cut our yarn, and then we're just going to tie the ends together. Lots of tying ends in this, but it beats sewing, doesn't it? All right, and then we're going to weave in those ends. And make sure you repeat this on the other side using the same instructions. Our legs will be done in our second color, brown, and will be crocheted the same way as the arms, just on the bottom of the body. So you can align it with the eyes between rounds 12 through 13. Make a slip knot and pull it through the round. And you're going to chain 25 or however long you want your arms or legs to be. And in the second chain from our hook, we are going to 3 double crochet. and then we will 21 single crochet down the chain till we get to the end. And now that we have our last single crochet, we're going to chain one and pull a short tail, and then tie the ends together. Now your second leg will be 4 stitches over and align with the other eye. So repeat that same process on the other